Back on the Marion General Hospital pregame show, catching up with Taylor men's basketball head coach Josh Andrews before their game this afternoon against Mount Vernon Nazarene. Tough 3-point loss on Tuesday against St. Francis. You had a 14-point lead in the first half, then a couple shots just don't go down for you during key moments in that second half. What led to those struggles in the second half on Tuesday?
Yeah, I thought St. Francis made good adjustments, and they're just a tough team to play against. They run those guys at you. In waves. They've got the depth and their size and their physicality. And our guys were up for the fight. We had I thought we competed really well. The second half, it felt like we had a lid on the rim. A lot of shots that were contested, but just shots at the rim, multiple putbacks at the rim. And what we felt like were shots that typically can fall for us. So credit St. Francis for bothering us. But, if we get a couple of those to go, that might have fell our way. And, again, like I said, I was proud of the guys and the way we competed. We just didn't come out on the right side of the scoreboard.
Is there one or two things that needs to happen for your team to be able to pull out a game like that? You did so at Spring Arbor the game before and then came up on the wrong end of the scoreboard this time out.
Sure. Yeah, you and I discussed that the other day. I think sometimes you got to kind of make the ball bounce your way, so taking care of the ball. We had 7 turnovers. It's really hard to get after the guys when you play a top 20 team. And you turn the ball over 7 times. There's a couple of them I'd like to get back. A little bit of shot selection. I thought we had a handful of hurried or just unnecessary looks that went up a little bit early. I say that, and against a team like that, you're trying to take the best look you get in that possession. Sometimes you can pass on a really good shot, hoping for a great shot, and that never comes. So finding that balance, and I think that's what our team needs. We're not going to outpower you. We're not huge, so we have to play together, and we have to play with great balance. And I think that's part of our deal, is finding that balance of when to go and when not to go. And, we're not talking about this if we knock a couple shots down there. So we'll keep grinding, and I'm proud of our guys, and I think we'll pull out some of those here.
Mason Degenkolb put on a splendid second-half performance. He finished with a game-high 23 points. Third time in the last 4 times out, he scored at least 20. What has he done to score at such a high rate the last couple of games?
Yeah, probably a touch of that is when CJ had gone down. There's more shots to go around, and we've had to work a little bit harder with ball movement and screening to free guys up, and he's a featured scorer for us. Our system features him and hitting screens and curling and playing off of that, and he's done a really nice job. He's got the ability to elevate and shoot over people, especially if he's got a little bit of separation, and he's just using that to his advantage. And I'd like to think we'll continue to get craftier and more efficient inside of our half-court offense as the season moves on. And that was really an issue for us early in the season. We were terrific in the open floor, and when conference comes, you're going to play in the half-court. Mason's a really good half-court player, so we'll continue to try to find him and play off of him, and he's got to make great decisions there.
One of the other things I thought that was fun to watch on Tuesday was Jason Hubbard's use of his mid-range game. Yeah. With his length and his height. We've talked about it until we're purple in the face, but it was really on display on Tuesday with shorter guys defending him. There was at one point where he took an elbow jump shot and I stopped it, and he had not even reached the peak of his jump, and his defender's hand was at his chest. And so he has a clear look at the room. Is that something you tell him to look for if it's there, and if you try to emphasize that to maybe get him a couple more of those mid-range looks?
Yep. No, great question. And he's probably an elite mid-range game player. He's got a really nice touch, that 15 to 17 foot and in. And so we got to find him there more. We're trying to use some of that screening action at times to be false action so he can flash and play. He's got the ability to post a smaller guy and just turn around and shoot it. Got to be a little tougher with the ball at times. And his game continues to develop. We continue to see more of what he can do for us. And I've appreciated his ability and willingness to adapt for what our team needs. So I still think we haven't even come close to what his game can be as we keep moving forward.
And then he's also good for a couple nasty dunks as well, a couple times throughout the game too, right?
Yeah, I've taught him all that stuff since he's been here, and he's doing a great job with it.
I figured you were the one that was teaching him how to throw down the nasty dunks.
Yes.
Your opponent today is the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. They're one of the best teams, not just in the Crossroads League, but in the country. 4th ranked in the land, 16-1, 4-1 in Crossroads League play. They had their best season in school history a year ago, making their first appearance in the national tournament in 10 years. Where have they improved from a year ago?
I don't know that they have. They're just very strong. They definitely they got to, I don't know if that's the top of the mountain. They were pretty high last year, and they stayed up there. And it's hard to do. I know that. And their guys just play together. Each guy has gotten better. They're tougher. They're stronger. Jared does a terrific job at developing their players and how they play off one another. So when they play a lot of power ball. When the ball touches the post, you give them too much attention and they're going to pitch it out. And they've got some guys that can shoot it at a super high clip. So they just make you be on alert for 30 seconds in a possession. And that's how we have to be up for that challenge. It's going to be a real challenge. They are crafty in transition and how they free up their guys, specifically Knox, and he's an elite level player. So I know I say it every time in the Crossroads. We got our hands full, but we're up for the challenge. It's going to be a really fun battle.
They only play about 7 guys per game on average. Knox is obviously the leader of the crew. He's their leading scorer, 4th best in the Crossroads. They get 20 points per game. But then he also has the 4th best shooting percentage, or free throw shooting percentage, and 3-point shooting percentage in the country. Mm-hmm. How do you try to slow him down, since he has taken his game up a level each of his 3 seasons at MVNU?
Sure. Yeah, we put on the scout. You got to guard by committee with him. So we'll have a couple different guys that guard him and bother him. He's not the type of guy that you hold to a bucket. He's too good. Their team is too good and too crafty, and their other players are really sound and play within their skill sets and their strengths. So what you got to do is you got to make life tough on him. You have to make him earn everything. And I would say more so for their team. They have to get one shot, and we got to finish the play that way. But we'll throw different people at him and bother him the best we can at the point of action for him to get scores. The big one for us is transition D, or conversion D, as we say, getting back and making Mount Vernon play from a set defense or against a set defense, and we've take away a lot of their advantage when you do that. They're just very crafty, so got our hands full that way.
Should be a fun one, Josh. Thanks for the time and best of luck this afternoon.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Thanks, Rick.
Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars and your Taylor Trojans. As a champion of character institution, Taylor University asks each of you to embrace the NAI's 5 core character values of respect, integrity, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership to create a positive environment throughout today's contest. As we've already played the national anthem prior to today's women's game, we will not play it prior to this contest. Now for today's starting lineups. First for the visitors from Mount Vernon Nazarene. A junior guard number 4, Javon Knox. A senior guard number 10, Jacob Paul. A senior guard number 11, Isaac White. A senior forward number 15, Austin Jerome. A junior forward number 21, Alex Johnson. The juniors are coached by Jared Roman, assisted by Matt Bradley, Jason Rowan, Will Smith, and Troy Lockland. And now, fans, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. A senior guard from Hamilton, Ohio, number 13, Ryan Robinson. A senior guard from Tiffin, Indiana, number 15, Mason Daniel. A junior guard from Nashville, Indiana, number 23, Vincent Miranda. A sophomore forward from Miamisburg, Ohio, number 24, Jason Hubbard. A junior forward from Lawrence, Indiana, number 31, James McLeod. The Trojans are coached by Josh Andrews, assisted by Aaron Morrison and Stan Doherty.
It was a thrilling women's game between Taylor and Mount Vernon Nazarene. Could we be in for the same thing here with the men's game? Mount Vernon Nazarene, the 4th-ranked team in the country, coming off of arguably their best game or best season in school history a year ago. 27-8, tied for the most wins in a single season, and they reached the second round of the NAI National Tournament. Austin Jones and Jason Hubbard will jump for their respective teams. Hubbard will send it to the far side. It goes out of bounds off of Hubbard's hands, and MVNU will start with the opening possession. They've got the spectacular Jevin Knox, their top scorer at 21 points tonight. He had the clutch three Tuesday night to force overtime in Huntington as MVNU won 88-82 at the Foresters Platt Arena. They go from right to left in blue. It'll be Isaac White to start. Then between the circles, it'll be Jevin Knox. Vincent Miranda will be the first one to defend him. Jones far side of the cutting Jacob Paul. Back far side Isaac White. Around a screen, Knox pulls for a long two off the front rim, and it's hauled in by James McLeod. And Taylor quickly out and galloping. Robinson, the Ohio native, to the near side corner. Now Taylor will spin it around the arc as they shoot on the goal to the right. Trojans in white jerseys and shorts, purple numbers, purple letters trimmed in gold. Mount Vernon Nazarene in the blue jerseys and shorts, blue numbers trimmed in white with white numbers. Mid-post left, McLeod, and a defensive signal held in and screamed in from the MVNU bench. A fadeaway jump shot from the free throw line was halfway down and out by Mason Degenkolb, who has been stellar the last 3 games, scoring 20 in 3 of the last 4. Both teams empty on their opening possession. Austin Jones rises high. He looks over the shorter McLeod, throws to the baseline, and they'll get Ryan Robinson, the Taylor guard, for a bump as he was fighting for position with Jacob Paul. First on Ryan, first against Taylor here in this opening half. Mount Vernon Nazarene averages 82 points per game, Taylor 81. MVNU holds opponents to 69 points per game, Taylor's defense at 73. It's a steal and a breakaway for Robinson with Hubbard there. Robinson's layup no good. Hubbard there to clean it up and put it in for 2. Good challenge by the MVNU guard that looked to be either Paul or White. Challenged the Robinson layup, and now Degenkolb almost forces a steal. Miranda got his hands on it over to Knox, who fakes a 3 and then maneuvers to his left. Trailing in, and Isaac White shuffled those puppies before putting the ball on the deck. A matchup of 2 guys that know a lot about each other. Jared Ronay in his 6th season at Mount Vernon Nazarene. Taylor's head coach is Josh Andrews in his 7th season, but both have their backgrounds in the Ohio high school basketball scene. Andrews out of Cincinnati. They actually went up against each other. Taylor head coach Josh Andrews actually coached against Ronay's dad for a time in high school. Degenkolb off balance, and he spins it in as he was fouled by Jevin Knox. So after missing his first hoop, Degenkolb gets the opportunity for an and 1. Mason has scored at least 20 points in 3 of his last 4 games. He comes in today. Now he's 20 points away from 12th all time on the TU scoring charts. Taylor, a mirror image of what we saw on Tuesday against St. Francis as Degenkolb makes the first free throw. Taylor jumped out to a 14-point lead, 22-8 before a big second half comeback from USF. Taylor scored the first 5 of the game here, 90 seconds in. Jones trying to bully ball, left-hand hook over McLeod is short, and Hubbard, the Trojans' top rebounder who is active, picks up his second miss of the day. Hubbard will give it off to Robinson, then near sideline, Degenkolb, baseline right, this is McLeod. Left-hand bounce, almost slipped through the paint. Baseline left, this is far side of the floor, Hubbard. Wants to back down Alex Johnson. Up to the league logo, fadeaway Jay Hubbard off the back of the rim, just a little bit too strong, and MVNU comes the other way with Isaac White running the point. 5-0 MVNU deficit. They go from right to left in blue. Paul around the Knox screen, back to Knox near side. Miranda defends, left blocks. This is Austin Jones. The big 6'7" guy spins, trying to go over that left shoulder. McLeod right there. Miranda puts his hands in there. Jones throws it off of the backboard, and that will be called a violation against Jones. Excellent defense by the 6'5" James McLeod, who is 2 inches shorter and 15 pounds lighter than 15 in blue, senior Austin Jones out of Cincinnati. Taylor 2 of 4 from the floor to start. MVNU 0 of 3. Miranda making his 6th start after the C.J. Pena injury. Degenkolb got to the free throw line, stepped through over Paul, an air ball. Degenkolb tried to go get it back, but he went up and over Paul. That's a foul against the former All-American Mason Degenkolb, his first, team's second. And Mount Vernon Nazarene gets the ball back, trailing 5-0. Isaac White, the 6-foot senior transfer from both UMass Lowell and Nova Southeastern in his 2nd season for the Cougars. Jacob Paul gives off to Jevin Knox, the redshirt junior. Up top is Johnson, far side. This is Paul, defended by Robinson. Almost 3 minutes into the opening half. Knox holds, right elbow extended. Up top, Johnson fakes the 3, tries to take Hubbard to the rack. His left-hand layup is good through contact. First hoop of the day for Alex Johnson, and the first one for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Comes almost 3 minutes into the opening half. Miranda, one-hand bouncer to the top, and Robinson. Right side screen is McLeod, and Knox fights through it. Robinson got to the baseline right. An 18-foot straightaway jump shot from McLeod is clean over Jones, and then he pumps that right elbow in jubilation and happiness. 7-2 the Taylor lead as McLeod, the third different Trojan to score. He's playing nice defense on the bigger Jones, trying to get in here. Ball knocked away. Miranda almost picked it away, and now Jones picks it up on the far side, and he'll be called for a double dribble in front of the Taylor bench, and it's a standing ovation led by the freshman Jeff Clayton. Jones had it knocked away, but then as he went to go back to gather it, he dribbled it once and then held it together and then dribbled again, and that's a double dribble against Jones. Fourth turnover of the early going for Mount Vernon Nazarene. 3 minutes and 40 seconds gone. Taylor has yet to turn it over. Trojans with the ball leading 7-2. Robinson trying to make it 10-2. His three from straight on was long. Johnson with the rebound for MVNU, then far side to Jacob Paul, their point guard. One hand pass Johnson, finding the cutting Knox in the paint, got it away from Miranda. His fadeaway jump shot is short. Knox has started 0 of 2, and Degenkolb comes through traffic. A 3-on-3 break. Far side Robinson 3-ball. Yeah, in front of the MVNU bench. Robinson hit 9 threes against Mount Vernon Nazarene as a sophomore in this gym 2 years ago. Could he duplicate it today? He gets one here, and Taylor takes an 8-point lead, 10-2. Just past 4 minutes gone, first half. Knox near side, the 21-point-per-game man. Fakes the handoff. Johnson spins and faces the basket. Up top is Paul. Now Knox right side high, defended by Miranda and the Taylor man-to-man. Miranda goes underneath the screen, trying to stay in front of Knox. Step through leaner from the free throw line. Good for Jevin Knox. He missed his first two. You knew he wouldn't stay scoreless all day, and it brings Mount Vernon Nazarene to within 6. As two subs get ready to enter for the Cougars. McLeod, handoff. Degenkolb slipped, got it back. Here's McLeod from the free throw line over Jones. Front rim, no. Off the floor, scooped up by Paul, and he'll jet to the front court in 2 seconds. Right edge, left hand bounce, and the ball reverse near side. This is White. High pass, hauled in by the big man Jones. Turns and looks at the basket, now backing down. McLeod right hand hook is good for 2 as he maneuvered into the paint with no help from the weak side D of Taylor. The Trojans will need that since Jones can pretty much maneuver against anybody he wants on the Taylor team, but that help defense will be a key thing to watch all day. Taylor's lead down to 4 after 4 in a row by Mount Vernon Nazarene. Robinson around a screen. Nobody guards McLeod. He goes right at Jones. Jones didn't buy on the head fake. McLeod pitching into the paint, tapped away, and back to McLeod with 9 to shoot. Miranda left side high, guarded by White. Left hand bounce, baseline left, through contact. The ball sent out of bounds, but a foul on the floor with 5 seconds to shoot by Mount Vernon Nazarene. That will go against number 11, Isaac White, his first and the first against the visitors, and that brings us to immediate timeout. 14:27 remaining in the opening half. Taylor leads number 4, Mount Vernon Nazarene, 10-6 on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Good start for Taylor, 4 of 10 from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3. 10-6, the Taylor lead right now. No change to the Trojan 5. Mason Degenkolb, Ryan Robinson, Vincent Miranda, James McLeod, and Jason Hubbard. 2 changes for MVNU. Austin Jones and Isaac White exit. They're replaced by, it looks like, Milton Gage and one other man that we will identify shortly. Knox and Johnson and Paul stay out there for Mount Vernon Nazarene. It is Gage, and it will be David Delahunty. A 3 left side for Robinson, and now he's hit 2 in a row. 6 for Robinson, and Taylor goes in front by 7. 13-6, their biggest lead of the day, or close to their biggest lead of the day. Their former biggest lead was 8. Gage, far side. He's the freshman from Trotwood, Ohio. Almost knocked away as they send it to Knox. Near side, Gage. Into the post. Johnson, left block, defended by Hubbard. Johnson measuring in, right hand fadeaway over the outstretched arm of Hubbard, too long, and Jason pulls in a one-handed rebound with his right hand. Robinson angling, wants to go to the rim, dribbled off of his feet, tried to save it to Degenkolb, but as Robinson did that, he stepped on the baseline. Both of these teams similar in the rotations. Neither team plays more than about 7 people. And that goes back to the Taylor injury by C.J. Pena, the leading scorer and leading rebounder on the team still. Missing his 6th straight game with an upper leg injury. Knox around the Johnson screen. Miranda stays with him. Poking at it are the Trojans. Knox angles, missing a shot from the baseline left, and it's rebounded by Jason Hubbard of Taylor. His 3rd rebound of the day, making his 4th. Behind the back bounce, almost lost it. Baseline left drive. McLeod goes storming in, and he lays in a reverse right-handed layup from left to right. 4 first-half points for McLeod. Still in the backcourt. Robinson goes in, banked, and just can't spin it to go. And if he did, that would have sent this place into delirium. 9-point Taylor advantage. That is their biggest lead of the day, and now at 15-6. Robinson the line where he's been a great free throw shooter through his whole career. And with his first 3 earlier today, he passed former coach Kyle Stidham for 16th on the all-time scoring list at Taylor. 7 for Robinson as he makes the first free throw. Austin Jones returns for Mount Vernon Nazarene, giving Alex Johnson his first breather of the day. Robinson passed Nate Casper for 17th all-time on Tuesday. Then that first 3 of the night moved into 16th all-time, passing Kyle Stidham, who scored all of his points in 3 seasons. He's out coaching a high school team over in Colorado. We wish Kyle the best, as Robinson, his former pupil, has given Taylor a 11-point lead, 8 points for Robinson so far. He scored out Mount Vernon by himself. Knox gets open for a 3, and he swishes it from the high right side. 5 for Knox, and over 50% three-point shooter at 54%. And the Trojans got lost in the wash and let Knox get free. He's got 5 early points of the 9 for Mount Vernon Nazarene. They trailed by 8 as we approach 12 and a half to go here in the opening half. Miranda dribbles between the circles. Far side corner, Robinson has 2 threes in a row. Let's make it 3. And Robinson is starting to feel it. 11 first half points for Ryan Robinson. We'll see if he can match his heroicness from 2 seasons ago. Knox from straight away as Taylor leads by 11. Nice handoff to Knox. Screen and roll up top. 3 ball from Delahunty is rainbowed in for just his 5th made 3 of the year for the junior from Columbia Station, Ohio. He came in 4 for 11, now 5 of 12. And MVNU back to within 8. Nice screen and roll. Popping it was Delahunty on the nice find from Knox. He defends Miranda. And now Robinson goes baseline right Hubbard. The aforementioned Delahunty defends as we approach 10 to shoot for TU. Off a screen, Degenkolb got into the paint, trying to go up and under on Paul. Fadeaway jump shot, back rim, no, and hauled in by Paul, the 5'9 senior. 8-point Taylor lead, 8 points gone first half. Paul spins and goes far side to Gage. Left-hand bounce once, entry pass to Jones, right block. Wants to bulldoze his way with McLeod. Bully ball in, left-hand shot good, and McLeod will get called for the foul as Jones, one of the strongest players in the Crossroads League. They list him at just 205, but he looks to be closer to 210 or 215. An and one upcoming as McLeod picks up foul number 1. And Knox will get a breather for the first time today. Eric McLaughlin in for Mount Vernon Nazarene. 6-point Taylor lead. Jones, an excellent free throw shooter at 80%. His best season shooting the free throws. He came in shooting 64% a season ago. And the big powerful lefty out of Cincinnati will fire a rainbow try, hits hard off the front rim, and McLeod skies over everyone to haul in the miss. It's him, Robinson, Degenkolb, Hubbard, and Miranda. The Taylor 5 have yet to leave the floor. Robinson into the paint, mid-post right, weak side pass, McLeod over Jones, no, good challenge, and Jones has a weak side rebound. Jeff Clayton ready to come in for the Trojans. And now Gage will hand off to the newcomer McLaughlin. Jones near side. This will be held on to by Delahunty. Their top scorer, Knox, is not out there. Pass read and stolen by Degenkolb. Paul on his back. Degenkolb goes in. Right-hand layup. Good for 2. Second hoop for Degenkolb. He's got 5. And Taylor playing passionate here in the opening half. They lead by 8, 22-14. Delahunty thought about a 3, driving baseline left with the left hand. Hubbard comes back to guard him. Paul back to Delahunty, handoff Paul. Robinson got caught on the screen. Paul with a nice layup as no one defended, and he laid it in on a baseline drive left with a right hand left side of the glass. 6-point Taylor lead now, 22-16, 10:54 remaining in half 1. Robinson up top. McLeod there for a left side screen. Robinson measuring, back to McLeod, right elbow extended. One dribble, pitching out Degenkolb, left hand blow by, step back, fadeaway J, free throw line, clean, Mason Degenkolb. He's got 9 early points on 3 of 6 shooting. And Taylor goes back in front by 8, 24-16. 10:33 remaining in the opening half. Paul thought about a catch-and-shoot three. Instead goes to Delahunty up top. They want to go to Jones down low. Paul shimmying in. Delahunty fakes a three and puts it on the deck with a right hand. He goes in. His shot is beat away by Jason Hubbard. And now Degenkolb is out and galloping. Robinson a three ball. He got it. And Ryan Robinson is showing reminiscence of sophomore year. 4 threes for Robinson. His career high is 9, which he tattooed on Mount Vernon Nazarene 2 years ago in this very gym. It's Ryan Robinson 14 and Taylor leads 27-16. Mount Vernon Nazarene will take a full timeout. 10:06 to go first half, make it a 30-second stoppage of play.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Out of the Mount Vernon 30-second timeout, they trail by a game-high tying 11. It's been the Ryan Robinson show here early. He's made 4 threes in a row on his way to a game-high 14 points. Subs back in for Mount Vernon Nazarene, Johnson and Jones. Clayton got caught on a nice spin move there by Austin Jones, who will go to the line for 2. Jeff Clayton makes his first appearance of the opening half along with Keegan Owen. Miranda and McLeod have been sent to the Taylor bench. Jevin Knox is back in for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Isaac White is back in for Mount Vernon Nazarene as well, with Jones, McLaughlin, and Johnson. Delahunty out. Jones a slow crouch and a fire off the back rim long. We mentioned Jones coming in as an 80% free throw shooter. He's missed his first 2 tries today. The lefty's 3rd attempt of the afternoon is perfect. 5 for Jones, tied with Jevin Knox for the team high lead. And MVNU trails by 7, or trails by 10, excuse me. 27-17, 9:43 to go first half. Robinson's done most of the damage. His weak side pass off balance was Clayton on his tiptoes, and it goes off of Jeff's hand. A nice screen and roll there as Robinson, or it's a nice job by Robinson to draw 2 defenders. Pass a little bit hot. Clayton couldn't haul it in with one hand. And the turnover by Taylor, just their second. MVNU has given it away 6 times here in the first half so far. Ahead of steam for White down the right side of the lane. Baseline pass. He bounces it right to Degenkolb, and now Hubbard is racing up front. Degenkolb runs through the traffic. His left-hand layup is good for another steal and a transition layup. 9 first-half points for Mason Degenkolb, and Taylor's lead goes to a game-high 12. 9:13 separating us from halftime. Knocks around the Johnson screen, bangs with Hubbard, lost out of bounds off the hands of Jason Hubbard, and it stays here with Mount Vernon Nazarene. Degenkolb out and Hubbard out for Taylor. McLeod and Miranda return for TU. No Caden Newbert for the 3rd game in a row for Taylor. He's coming back from illness. So the rotation even shorter as CJ Pena, the Trojans' top scorer and rebounder, missing his 6th straight game with an upper leg injury. Handoff back to White in the far corner. He gets it back here on a handoff. Thought about a nice little hesitation from the free throw line. He rainbows in a jump shot. First one for Isaac White today. Nice little head fake to get Robinson to fly by. Then he knocked down a little leaner from the free throw line. Taylor's lead is down to 10. Miranda holds near sideline. Baseline right, Clayton against Jones. Back out near side. This is Clayton palming it with his right hand. Shoulder shake with Jevin Knox defending. Miranda bullets far corner. Robinson has made 4 threes in a row. That one misses short off the far side rim. Just a second miss today for Robinson. He's 4 of 6. 10-point Taylor lead, 8:30 to go first half. White trying to answer with a 3, and he does. That's 5 in a row for Isaac White. As Taylor couldn't find him in transition, he's a 53% three-point shooter, and Taylor head coach Josh Andrews quickly calls a 30-second timeout, with his team leading by 7, 29-22, with 8:27 remaining in the first half.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
First timeout taken by Taylor today. They're 11 of 20 from the floor, 4 of 6 from 3. All 4 threes made and taken have been from Ryan Robinson. He gets a breather here as Degenkolb or McLeod come back in. It's Clayton holding left side, a bounce to Degenkolb around the Clayton screen. Got him to the top, a long tour of the contesting Jones, can't bank it in, and it's rebounded by Paul, far side of the floor. It's a 5-0 Isaac White run as he angles to the front court. Right side high, far side to Jacob Paul, who's come back. Alex Johnson up top for MVNU. Knocks a three as Owen couldn't get there in time, but Knox misses it, and it's rebounded by Jeff Clayton of Taylor. Degenkolb, a dangerous skip pass to the far side of the floor to the near side, and then the ball spun back around to where it came from. Degenkolb, far sideline in front of the MVNU bench. Right side circle three, faked and driving is Miranda. Maneuvering to the left elbow, McLeod, back out Miranda. Mid-post left, Johnson trying to body with McLeod, turns and faces the basket. Blow by right-hand move, cannot go up and under. Good job by Johnson. Clayton with 7, bangs with Jones. That's a charge against Clayton as Jones was standing and ready to take the contact on the near baseline. Second foul on Jeff Clayton, he'll exit, and Jason Hubbard returns for Taylor. Fifth first half foul against TU. Clayton the only one with more than one foul. And this tight rotation has got a lot tighter with Clayton just playing a couple of minutes here in the first half, but having to go out with the 2 personal fouls. And the dead ball brings us to our second and final media timeout of the opening half. 7:35 remaining in the opening stanza. Taylor leads number 4, Mount Vernon Nazarene, 29-22 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Out of the media timeout, 7:35 remaining in the first half. Both teams shooting the ball really, really well. Both teams over 50%. Taylor's at 54%, Mount Vernon Nazarene at 56%. And both teams have knocked down a reasonable amount of their threes. Taylor 4 of 6, MVNU 3 of 4. Jones on the right block trying to back down McLeod. Kick out Johnson as Hubbard came to help, and Johnson makes Taylor pay as he hits just his second 3 of the season. He came in 1 for 12 for 8%. And a nice burst by Mount Vernon Nazarene has brought them to within 4. At 29-25, the Taylor lead. Miranda near side. Mismatch with Jones. He'll stop and pop a 3 off the front rim, but Hubbard soars in to haul in the rebound with a right hand. But as Miranda set up his drive, he stepped out of bounds on the near sideline, and the ball will go back to MVNU. Here comes Ryan Robinson, the most dynamic scorer for Taylor today. 14 points, 4 of 7 from the floor, 4 of 6 from 3. To lead Taylor so far, Degenkolb with 9, 2 for Hubbard, 4 for McLeod, and that is it for the Trojan scores. 5 for Knox, the MVNU leading scorer. White has got 5, and 5 apiece for Jones and Johnson, who just hit a 3 the last time down, his second of the season. He's got it near side corner, then he steps on the near sideline, just like Miranda did a few moments ago. So both teams having trouble adjusting and figuring out where the sidelines are on the last couple of possessions. And with 6:42 left to go first half, Taylor will get it back. As MVNU 4 of 5 from 3, 10 of 17 from the floor for 59%. Taylor not that worse. They're at 50%, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. Robinson had a career-high 36 and 9 made threes on this floor against MVNU 2 years ago as a sophomore. Handoff, Hubbard to Miranda, out to the volleyball line, far side of the floor. Degenkolb draws 2 defenders. Will go back, want to go back far corner to Hubbard, but cannot. 15 to shoot for Taylor. They lead by 4. They've led by as many as 12. Thought about a long to McLeod. Now he pulls it from 10 feet, missing it near side, and Knox has got the weak side miss for MVNU. The red-headed junior gives off near side to Jacob Paul with a between-the-legs bounce through the Johnson screen, and Degenkolb easily gets it through. Paul fumbled with it, but still able to get it off to Johnson on the near sideline. Knox around the screen. Miranda stays with him. He's been the primary defender on Knox all day. And Johnson will go far side to Paul. Driving, spinning, pulls up from just inside the free throw line, and he rattles in a jump shot. 4 points for Jacob Paul as the scoring has been very spread out for MVNU. They have trailed by once as big as 12. They now trail by 2, 29-27. With 5:43 before halftime, Taylor could really use a bucket here. Robinson's trying to give it to him, and he does on cue. 16 first-half points for Ryan Robinson. Taylor's lead back to 4 as Miranda slaps an entry pass to head coach Josh Andrews on the sideline across from us. 5:31 separating us from halftime. Knox will get it in to Isaac White. The 5 starters on the floor for MVNU: Knox, Paul, White, Jones, and Johnson. Knox fakes to his right, goes to his left, back to the screen and roll. Johnson over McLeod. Bank shot couldn't go, but Jones tried to tap it in. He bulldozes over the smaller Robinson and easily guides it home from the left side of the glass. Jones could be a problem today with his size, his bounciness, and his strength. He's got 7 first-half points to lead MVNU and the visitors back to within a deuce. 31-29, the Taylor advantage. Robinson around the McLeod screen, blows right by Jones. No look dish, corner, Hubbard, 3-ball. Front rim or side rim, no. A rare 3 taken by Hubbard, and Johnson hauls in the miss for Mount Vernon Nazarene. White galloping near sideline, now to Johnson, gives it back to White. Hubbard defends, a 3-point shot on the way and no good. And Miranda's the only one there for the miss. Miss as White misses his first 3 today. Taylor still ahead by 2. Paul almost jumped the passing lane. Degenkolb able to get it to the corner, and Robinson looking for 3-pointer number 5. No good. And in a nice position by Johnson. After making 4 in a row, Robinson has missed 2 straight. Johnson with the rebound, and MVNU looks to tie or take the lead once again. White hiding behind, blows into the right elbow, into Jones, who got away from McLeod. A head fake. McLeod gets him hard, prevents the easy hoop. McLeod will help Jones to his feet, but Jones will go back to the line for 2 on James's second foul of the day. Head fake by Jones, got McLeod in the air for the block. Came right down on top of him, got the body in the ball. 6-1 against Taylor, number 2 against McLeod. And Clayton will come in, playing with 2 fouls as well. Jones can be the X factor today. Again, was that all of his physical attributes that Taylor just does not have the ability to match up against with no CJ Pena for the 6th game in a row. Jones, though, just 1 of 3 from the line today. Normally an excellent free throw shooter. And that will continue to be a struggle from the line as that one missed long for the big lefty. McLeod out, Clayton in for Taylor. Milton Gage in for MVNU, replacing Isaac White, who came in for 5 quick ones off the bench a few moments ago. Jones having his career high in free throw shooting percentage this year at 80%, coming off the season high 23 points. But just 1 of 3 today, and the misses have not been close. The first one was long. This one will be short and dance off the right side of the rim. Hubbard with a rebound. That is his 6th of the opening half. That leads. That's tied for the game high, leading Taylor. Clayton from straight away, not a 3-point shooter. 2 dribbles and a handoff to Degenkolb, who is. Paul defends the 2 seniors, playing against each other near side of the floor. Miranda to Hubbard on the near side of the arc. Johnson poking at it. Hubbard dries, pulls up, free throw line, jump shot, front rim, just rolls off, and Johnson comes in to clean up the miss. Still a 2-point Taylor advantage, less than 4 to go here in the opening half. Taylor's led the whole way here so far, scoring the first 5 points of the game and leading by as many as 12. Paul holding left edge. Johnson hands it back to Paul. Stop and pop left side high 3, good. And Mount Vernon Nazarene has taken their first lead of the day as Paul connects in his first long ball. 32-31, the Mount Vernon Nazarene advantage. As Clayton holds between the circles. 3:30 to go here in the first half. Nice screen, or nice roll by Miranda, and Hubbard flipped it in through 2 defenders. Taylor regains a 1-point advantage, 33-32 as we approach 3 to go here in a muggy Odell Arena. Clayton came in, but then hooked Jones on the waist from behind. Clayton's 3rd, the team's 7th. Puts Mount Vernon Nazarene in the 1-1. Delahunty ready to come in to get Jones, who again is struggling with those free throws today. If Jones makes the first free throw, we'll share a nice story about a trip he took this summer. McLeod will come in to get Clayton. McLeod's water bottle almost fell on the floor. Good job by Keegan Owen to pounce on that rolling water bottle. Jones is 1 of 4 from the line today. He's missed 2 in a row on either side of his only make today. It's a 1-and-1 here, the low crouch and the slow release, and that one switched. 8 points for Austin Jones, who this summer played in Belgium this past August with a part of a Goodwill team from the Global Sports Academy. The purpose of these trips is to encourage international goodwill and a better understanding of nations through sport. So a fun trip for Jones this summer to go to Belgium. Made the first one, will make the second one on a friendly bounce on the rim to our left. That hit the back of the rim long again, then hit the front rim and danced home. David Delahunty comes in to replace Austin Jones, who has a team-high 9 points. For Mount Vernon Nazarene, Taylor trails 34-32. Or 34-33, excuse me. Robinson, Gage is giving him a little too much room. Degenkolb catches it right edge. Baseline right to McLeod. Cage comes, knocks away McLeod. Up top, Robinson trying to find that 5th three, and he gets it from atop. Robinson cooking, 19 for Ryan Robinson, and Gage might have lost the contact, and he did. But good job by Gage. As a contact wearer myself, when those things pop out of your eyes, it is dangerous to try to find those bad boys. But he gets it back, put back in that right eye, and he's good to go. 2:52 remaining in the first. Ryan Robinson with the best first half possibly of his career, 19 points and 5 threes. He had the 9 made threes, including 8 for 8 in the second half as a sophomore against Mount Vernon on this floor 2 seasons ago. He defends his Gage on the high right side. Knox has been held quiet so far. Delahunty to Gage in the corner, thought about a 3, but the 25%er passes it up. Johnson thought about motioning down to the paint, instead bounces outside the Knox. Johnson fakes hand of nice blow by Johnson, goes up for a 2-hand flush as Hubbard went to go help on the cutting Knox. 7 points for Johnson, tying the game at 36, as Johnson's got 7 first half points for Mount Vernon Nazarene, 3 off his season average. 36-36 as we approach 2 minutes before halftime. Near sideline, Robinson, Gage giving him plenty of space. Crossing over to his right hand, down to the baseline. Robinson circling through the paint, lost it with 9 to shoot. Tucks in off balance, scooper no good, but Gage clipped him. He looks and pleads to no avail. First on Gage, just the second, or make it the 4th foul by MVNU here in the opening half. And Robinson will go to the line for 2 more. A fantastic first half for 13 and white, 6 of 10 from the floor, 5 of 8 from downtown. The Hamilton High School graduate, same high school as Taylor head coach Josh Andrews. The first of 2 for Robinson. Perfect. 20 in the first half for Robinson. Ryan actually broke Coach Andrews' free throw percentage record, either for a full season or a career, before he graduated. 21 as Robinson rattles in the second. Taylor once again goes ahead by 2. 38-36. They lead the number 4 team in the country with 2:02 left to go before halftime. Paul will jog to the front court, give off to Knox, who's got 5 first half points. A little weave back to Paul's hands far side. Thought about a stop and pop 3 from the right edge. Instead it finds Gage's hands, now back to Paul's hands with 12 to shoot, 1:50 to go in the half. Paul maneuvering in. Gage, a 25% three-point shooter, switches it for just the 6th made 3 of his career. First scoring for Gage as 2 unlikely players for Mount Vernon Nazarene have hit 3s today. First Johnson, who came in making just 1, and now Gage, who has made now just 6. Robinson, he's a deadly 3-point shooter. Taylor down by 1, 90 seconds remaining in the first half. A floater from Robinson is short. Johnson taps it to himself from the fingertips, and Gage is out and running. Angling at the top, pitching back to Knox. Head of steam, Miranda tried to poke it away, and Knox will get it in on a left-hand drive, just out of the reach of Jason Hubbard. Taylor down by 3, their biggest deficit today. Into the corner, here goes Hubbard, angling around Johnson. But Hubbard got his own miss and guided it in for his second field goal. Taylor down by 1 after the 5-0 burst by MVNU. 1 minute to go, first half. MVNU with the ball, leading by 1. Knox a contested 3, missed it, but Miranda got up on the closeout. Taylor head coach Josh Andrews covers his face in his hands, and Knox, a deadly 3-point shooter, will go to the line for 3. First on Miranda, number 8 against Taylor here in the first half. Knox, an All-American, a second-team All-American a year ago, a first-team All-Crossroads League selection. Averaged 19 points and 6 boards per game. That was the tops for MVNU a year ago. And no shock that he makes the first one. He's 90% this season. 8 points for him today. Miranda's got a little too handsy coming around the screen, trying to get in Knox's face. He made the first, makes the second, and one more to give him the team lead and be the first double-figure score for Mount Vernon Nazarene. They lead by 3. They've trailed by as many as 12 as MVNU. 54 8/10 of a second. Left to go here in half one. And no surprise, Knox made all 3 of them. 10 points for him. Delahunty exits and Austin Jones back in for MVNU. A 44-40 Mount Vernon Nazarene lead. And since that 10-point lead for Taylor, it's been all MVNU. Hubbard holds right side circle with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Taylor down by 4. Miranda guarded by Knox. Right corner, Degenkolb. Paul defends. Left-hand drive. Degenkolb trying to find some space. Cannot. Out to Hubbard. Johnson will let him take a 3 from the left side. It's off the front rim. And Jones has it, but they'll get McLeod for wrapping up Jones from behind. That's the third on McLeod. Number 9 against Taylor, and Jones will make a long walk to the other end to shoot a 1-and-1 where he has struggled today. And Clayton will come in to replace McLeod. And Eddie Driscoll makes his first appearance after not playing on Tuesday against Huntington. He comes in to give Knox a breather with 32 4/10 of a second. All signs point to Mount Vernon Nazarene going into the locker room with the lead. And it would help that cause if Jones can make the first of this 1-and-1 here. Only one man down there is Johnson, and Jones will miss it. He's just 3 of 8 from the line today is the 80% Jones from the stripe. About 2 seconds between game and shot clock. Taylor with the ball down 4. 44-40. Degenkolb picks the ball as Gage denies a handoff to Robinson, who's been the offense in the first half for Taylor. Right edge of the center drum circle as Robinson holds and will wait as the shot clock dips below 10. And now 9, and now 8. Bouncing left side high edge. Degenkolb. Jones comes to defend with 5, with 4. Degenkolb in trouble with 3, with 2. Rises for a 3 over Jones. That's off the back of the rim. Jones gets in. That will be the end of the first half. A bad end of the first half for Taylor. They led by as many as 12. They go into the break down 4, 44-40, as both teams score over their season average in the first half. Taylor by 3 points, MVNU by 4. 44-40, the lead for number 4, Mount Vernon Nazarene at the break. This is Taylor men's basketball. We're back at the BSN Sports halftime report after this on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke memory. You got to have the music that you listeners to listen to.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing.
A high-octane first half here from Odell Arena. This is the BSN Sports Halftime Report, and at the break, it's number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene leading Taylor 44-40 on the back of a 64% first-half shooting performance by the Cougars, 16-25 and 6 of 8 from 3. They also left 5 points at the free throw line with Austin Jones going 3 of 8, the normally excellent free throw shooter, as they went 6 of 11 from the line. Taylor wasn't too shabby. They were above 50% for the majority of that first half, but then cooled off, finishing 44% from the floor, 5 of 12 from 3, and 5 of 5 from the line. The only 5 made threes are by Ryan Robinson, who has a game-high 21 points, 6 of 11 from the floor, 5 of 8 from 3, and 4 of 4 from the stripe. No one else is in double figures for TU. Jevin Knox has got a team-high 10 points from Mount Vernon Nazarene on 3 of 7 shooting. He comes in, the All-American and first-team All-Crossroads League player from a year ago. Other guys chipping in, Austin Jones with 9 points, 3 of 4 from the floor, but just 3 of 8 from the line for the 80% free throw shooter. 7 points for Alex Johnson, 7 as well for Jacob Paul on a 3-point. Both have made at least 1 3 today. Isaac White with a 3 for 5 points. Milton Gage with 3 points off the bench, and David Delahunty with 3 points as well, also on a 3. Playing but not scoring in the first half, Eric McLaughlin and Eddie Driscoll. For the Trojans, Mason Degenkolb second in scoring with 9. 4 for Hubbard and 4 for McLeod, 2 for Miranda, none for Owen and none for Clayton. Something to keep your eyes on for the second half. McLeod and Clayton each with 3 personal fouls. They have both been defending. Austin Jones down low, the 6'7" postman for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Assists, 6 on 16 baskets for MVNU, 8 on 15 for Taylor. 2 apiece for Degenkolb and McLeod, 2 for Paul to lead the way for Mount Vernon Nazarene. 8 turnovers for MVNU, leading to 2 Taylor points. Just 4 turnovers by Taylor, 3 points, for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Fast break points all in favor of Taylor, 12-0. Points in the paint, edge goes to Mount Vernon Nazarene, 16-14. Second chance points on 3 offensive rebounds for Taylor, 2 points. 1 offensive rebound for Mount Vernon Nazarene, no second chance points for them. And the MVNU bench outscoring the Taylor bench 6-0, thanks to 3s by Gage and Delahunty. 1 block, that was Hubbard's for Taylor. No blocks and no steals for Mount Vernon Nazarene. 4 steals for Taylor in the first half, 2 apiece from Hubbard and Degenkolb. We had 2 ties and 5 lead changes. Taylor's biggest lead was at 12 points with 9:20 to go in the first half on a Mason Degenkolb steal and layup. His second such variety today. And the 4-point lead of the break for Mount Vernon Nazarene ties their biggest lead of the day. We're back with the second half after this. At the break, it's number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene leading Taylor 44-40. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report. We're back with the second half after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on Scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
A 27-11 close for Mount Vernon Nazarene after they fell behind by a game-high 12 in the first half. Has given them a 44-40 lead as we start the second half. Taylor with the ball. They go from right to left in white with purple numbers and purple letters trimmed in gold. 5 starters out there for the Trojans: Degenkolb, Robinson, Miranda, Hubbard, and McLeod. Into the corner to Robinson, who had 21 first-half points and 5 threes. First possession, second half, Hubbard rips and kicks Miranda. A stop and pop 3-ball, good for his first 3 of the day. Miranda missed his only 3 of the first half, hits his first one of the second half, and just like that, Taylor to within 1. Trying to answer on the other end is a short 3 left side by Isaac White. He made his first 3 of the day. He has missed his last 2. So Taylor can regain the lead here for the first time since midway through the first half. Left side of the floor, inside the arc, Hubbard. Outside the arc, near side edge, this is Degenkolb. Holding over his head, left-hand dribble once and twice and 3 times. Then far side of the floor, Robinson. Bulleting to the corner and Miranda. Taylor with the ball down 1. Turning the corner down on Knox. Miranda goes near side. Hubbard a long 2 for the lead. No off the near side. Hits off the top of the glass. Does not hit the basket support. And MVNU with the rebound coming the other way. Either Knox or Johnson had the board. Here's Knox, high right side. Near side to Paul. They want to go down low to Jones with the size mismatch on McLeod, who also has 3 personal fouls. Johnson has 1 3. Does not let it fly on a second try. And then pivots back to Paul on the near side edge. 11 to shoot. Paul rising, floating, no. Hubbard snatches a rebound out of there for his 8th rebound of the day to lead the game. Hubbard trying to go wall to wall, behind the back bounce, head fake, couldn't get Johnson to bite. He rises over him, gets a soft bounce, and rolls it in from the left side of the hoop. 6 for Hubbard, and Taylor scores the first 5 here of the second half, and they regain a 1-point lead, 45-44. Knox on a handoff, down the lane he goes, over the outstretched arm of Hubbard. No, Johnson tried to tap it, couldn't corral it, rebounded by McLeod, and Taylor out and galloping. Robinson has got Paul on his back, floats it up, he makes it, but they'll wave it off and call the foul on the floor as the Robinson family to our left shares their disagreements with that foul call. Mr. Robinson unhappy, one of Ryan's brothers wanted the and one as well. First one on Jacob Paul as Taylor, who had 12 fast break points in the opening half to none for Mount Vernon Nazarene. They're hitting the accelerator here early in half 2. Hubbard pitching back to Robinson, firing a 3 second half, thought it was good, started bouncing back, missed it. McLeod almost had it snatched away, and then it's ripped away from traffic by White. Paul near side as Miranda went diving head first to try to snag that loose ball, and now it's swung Johnson, intended man, popped in the air by Miranda, but Johnson able to haul it back in. Far side corner, MVNU. Johnson fakes a handoff. Hubbard stays with him. Johnson bulldozes away and misses the shot too strong as he had the angle but was too strong off the glass. Mount Vernon Nazarene 0 of 4 to start from the floor here in the second half. Taylor has scored 5 points, a Vincent Miranda 3 and a Hubbard 2. Johnson will slap the ball away from Hubbard. It stays with TU. 17:30 remaining in the second half as we're just underway. A weird change in the atmospheric pressure as we went down there at halftime. It was a lot colder on the floor because they had opened up 3 of the doors down on the floor level because it's so muggy today with the 60-degree temperatures and the rain that's been raining since yesterday. But Robinson asked for the doors to be closed. He got his wish and missed a fadeaway 3, but Degenkolb got it weak side, goes up, and Johnson got the ball, but he also got him on the hip. Johnson disagrees, but it's his first foul, and Degenkolb is going to the line for 2 foul shots. 2 free throws for Degenkolb upcoming. He came into the day 22 points away from moving into 12th on the all-time scoring list. Ryan Robinson has already moved into 16th as Degenkolb connects on the first free throw. 10 points for Mason. Robinson passing former player and All-American and former coach here at Taylor, Kyle Stidham. Degenkolb makes both. 11 for him. And the Taylor lead is at 3, 47-44. Their biggest lead since their 12-point lead was erased midway through the first half. White bouncing to the baseline right, and Jones. Hubbard comes to help on the double team. They bounce it back to White. Good recovery by Hubbard, but they don't find Paul left side for a deep 3. That toilet bowls down and then rolls out, and the Trojans get a break there. Paul's first miss from 3. Taylor leading 47-44. McLeod goes in right at Jones, but misses a left-hand finger roll with a swashbuckling move down the lane. Great challenge by Jones. Great attempt there by McLeod. Jones up top, fakes a handoff. He has a head of steam down the lane, and then his shot is recycled out of bounds by Jason Hubbard. 6'7" has no match for a 7-foot wingspan, and the high-leaping Jason Hubbard. Paul to get it in far corner, needs help, finally finds Jones as an outlet just before the 5 seconds expire. MVNU is yet to score. Taylor on a 7-0 burst. Paul stop and pop 3s, missed 1 3 in the half, and now he's missed 2. McLeod, good inside position to rip the rebound away from Jones. Degenkolb, pass almost took Johnson's head off. Hubbard gets it, bangs, floats, rattles it in for 2, and Hubbard is starting to feel it. The block got him going, and then he just muscles his way in for a 2. Taylor on a 9-0 burst to start this second half off, and they lead by 5, 4 minutes into half 2. Knox slaps the ball on a catch, left side high. Miranda's been the primary defender on him all day. Pass near side of the floor. White, right block. Jones, help comes. They leave Johnson open for a weak side dunk as Hubbard came in weak side guarding Johnson. They found him, Jones did, who dunked it with 2 hands. Second time that we've seen that happen to the Trojans with Johnson today. First points of the second half come on the Johnson flush. The Taylor lead trimmed to 3. McLeod goes right at Jones and snakes it in with the right hand down the left side of the lane, left side rim. 6 from McLeod, good answer by TU, lead back to 5. Johnson fakes the handoff, almost got slapped in the face, did get slapped in the face. And now he hands off to Paul, who maneuvers at the top. Knox looking Jones' way. Help comes with Hubbard. Now Jones has a go off of his leg and out of bounds, and Hubbard is pumped. Media timeout, but Jason Hubbard is leaving his stamp on the early portion of the second half. A hoop, a block, and a nasty defensive poke away gives Taylor the ball back out of the media timeout, leading by 5, 51-46, almost 5 minutes into half number 2.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Great start to the second half for Taylor, outscoring Mount Vernon Nazarene 11-2, turning a 4-point halftime deficit into a 5-point lead right now. Taylor has made 4 of their 8 shots. Mount Vernon Nazarene just 1 of 8. Taylor with the ball after the Hubbard poke away. He gets a right block, one dribble to set himself, trying to power it against Johnson, who blocked the shot. Ball tapped back, and Jones snacks it out of the air. Hubbard had a little bit of space, but Johnson closed it out and got the block and denied Hubbard a look at a putback from point-blank range. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. Knox gives off near side to Isaac White as the 5 starters remain out there for both teams. Paul drives in, jump stop league logo, bouncing outside the Knox. Miranda right there on the catch. Far sideline, Paul, baseline left drive on Robinson, spins back. Low bounce pass. Johnson has 1 3 today, and now he has 2. Johnson came in just 1 of 12 from 3. He's 2 of 2 from downtown today. He's got 12 points to lead Mount Vernon Nazarene. They're back to within 2 on some things that just happened for a guy's day. And today it's Alex Johnson's 3-point shooting. Hubbard hands off to Degenkolb, baseline left, banging with Knox, floats it in, the foul on the floor against Jevin Knox. Johnson came in, it's not like this year has been a down year for shooting threes. He's never been a good 3-point shooter. Was just 27% last year, just 24% for his career, and was just 1 of 12 entering, but he's 2 of 2 today, and he's switched both of his tries so far. Jones exits, Delahunty comes in, also not known for his 3-point shooting, but he's also connected on 1 today. 2-point Taylor advantage. Robinson to get it in near baseline. Looking for his classmate Degenkolb, finds him. Trying to blow by Knox to the right hand, got into the paint, battles with Johnson, and he banks it in, and then Degenkolb screams for good measure. 13 for Degenkolb, 4 here in the second half, and Taylor pushes the lead back up to 4. Knox drives left hand, back to where it came from. Delahunty, a prayer of a 3. Front rim, no. But Johnson able to get the ball away from Hubbard. And now Knox will fake a 3. Goes right around Miranda. His scoop shot, no good. But Miranda will get called for the foul, and that will be Vincent's second. Delahunty was just a 14% three-point man a year ago. Is now 1 for 2 today after going 1 for 2 Tuesday at Huntington. Knox to the line where he's a phenomenal free throw shooter, 91%. Averaging career highs this year in points per game, assists per game at 3. Field goal percentage at 55%, which is one of the top marks in the country. And 3-point shooting percentage at 54%. And never shot above the high 40s before coming in from 3-point distance. Knox makes the first free throw for his first scoring of the second half. Isaac White exits for MVNU. We get to see Milton Gage for the first time here since halftime. Second one for Knox is to make it a 2-point deficit for the visitors from Ohio. And he does, swishing it. Jeff Clayton hurries to the scorer's table. He comes in, and he'll give McLeod a breather. 53-51, the Taylor lead. They had a 12-point lead on a steal and layup by Mason Degenkolb with 9:20 remaining in the first half. Mount Vernon Nazarene is led by as many as 4. That lead was a couple of different times today. Robinson walks through the center jump circle. Each team with the majority of their starters out there. Taylor 4 of their 5. Mount Vernon Nazarene 3 of their 5. Gage defends Robinson. A bounce pass to Hubbard, who's been locked up with Johnson all day. One-hand pass up top. Miranda got Knox to Swip. The ball was pinballed around. It went off of who? It goes off of Mount Vernon Nazarene. Miranda went soaring in when the ball was shot out of a cannon to the wall, and the cheerleaders to our left. MVNU's fans pleading for it to go their way. It will not. Robinson gets it in with 9 to shoot. Hubbard fakes the handoff. Now does in traffic. Then Johnson pokes it away, but it went off of Hubbard or Robinson's hands, and it goes back to Mount Vernon Nazarene. Tough handoff in traffic. Didn't look like Robinson was expecting the handoff from Hubbard. And the turnover gives it back to MVNU. That's the 5th time Taylor has given the ball away tonight, their first one of the second half. 2-point Taylor advantage. Delahunty hands off to Gage, who had a 3 in the opening half for his only scoring. Now to Knox. Miranda guarding him. They've been locked up all day. Johnson, backdoor cut. Miranda poked it away with his back to Knox, and then Knox reaches in and gets called for the foul. 3rd foul against Jevin Knox. Storyline of the second half starting to unfold. 4th one against MVNU. And it looks like McLaughlin will come in to get Knox. So the top 5 scorer in the Crossroads League at 21 points per night will go to the bench with 13:06 remaining here in the second half. Vincent Miranda exits, gets a nice ovation as Keegan Owen will come in to replace him. So it's Owen, Jeff Clayton, Mason Degenkolb, Ryan Robinson, Jason Hubbard. Austin Jones has returned for Mount Vernon Nazarene along with McLaughlin, Paul, Gage, and Delahunty. Robinson in the air, no-look dish. Owen a 3-ball short in front of his own bench, far side, and Jones skies into Hall in the miss. Quickly up the floor comes MVNU, Gage, up top Jones, Clayton right there on the catch from straight away. Near side Paul, who averages 10 points per game. McLaughlin holding up top. Then far sideline they go to Jones, who got away from Clayton. Jones, nice pivot move, was hit in the face with no call. Clayton gets the miss, and now Taylor out and galloping. Far side Owen, Robinson fakes a transition 3. Owen knocked away from behind by Gage, and now Jones will try to outleg Owen and Degenkolb. Owen got him on the arm, sent Jones sprawling, and a foul on Owen to prevent a breakaway dunk. First on Owen, number 2 against Taylor here in half 2. And that one was close to being an intentional foul on Owen. He clearly went in, preventing Jones from getting a breakaway dunk or layup, knowing he wouldn't be able to beat him there on foot. So he reached out and got him on the shoulder and tugged Jones to the ground. The officials say no intentional foul will come, just a hard foul. And so it stays here with MVNU. 28 to shoot for the Cougars as they mop up some of the sweat on the floor that's starting to develop here with the humidity super high today, with the temperature near 60 degrees and the rain falling since yesterday morning. And now they'll bring in a towel as well. Robinson will use the right foot of one of his Jordan all-white sneakers to try to mop up that sweat as Jones, so that's what they're trying to mop up, the big sweat spot left by the big fellow Austin Jones out of Cincinnati. Career highs for Jones in points per game, rebounds, assists, blocks, field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and free throw percentage. Gage, high left side off a handoff, wants to go to Jones in the paint against the freshman Clayton. Now they do go to Clayton, who is fronting the post against Jones, poked away and intercepted by Owen. Taylor out and galloping again. Hubbard trails, thought about a transition 3, and Jones will give him space, and then he deals off to Robinson, who's not afraid to fire from 3. He misses. Clayton trying to fight through traffic, and it's going to go against Delahunty of Mount Vernon Nazarene. There were 3 guys in there, Clayton fighting with Jones and Delahunty, and it's Delahunty who gets called for the foul. Robinson 5 of 11 from three-point range right now. He had made his first 4 in a row since he has missed 5 of his last 6. He'll get it in far baseline. Taylor still leading by 2, 12:08 to go second half. Falling is Degenkolb. Robinson's got to get it in to Degenkolb, who got back to his feet far sideline. But Degenkolb grimacing a little bit as he gives off to Clayton. Tight quarters, hand off Degenkolb from Clayton. So we dip below 12 to go second half. Owen left side high, right corner Robinson. 2 defenders come, whips it around to Hubbard. Fires a 3 over Jones and swishes it. And then Jones will look right at Jason Hubbard, who swishes a 3-ball. Hubbard makes his first 3 of the day and just his 6th of the year. So after we watch many Mount Vernon Nazarene players whose numbers did not back their prolific three-point shooting percentages today, Hubbard cashes in and gets one to go Taylor's way as Owen exits and Miranda comes back in for Taylor. Pushing the Taylor lead up to 5 as they mop up the sweat on the far side elbow on the court, in the backcourt to our left, where Degenkolb took a spill on the inbounds play. Hubbard, Degenkolb, Robinson, Clayton, Miranda, as Hubbard, the third Trojan, double figures with 11. Just 2 men in double figures, Knox and Johnson with 12, but Knox is on the bench with 3 personal fouls. He's been there for almost 2 minutes. Delahunty, one dribble, near side. This is White. To Jones, right block. Clayton late to come. Hubbard comes to help on a double team. Jones is passing traffic, tapped and taken away by Clayton, and then a reach-in foul be called against Jones as Clayton has come alive here in the second half when Taylor has needed him the most, and Odell Arena trying to egg the Naptown freshman on. Second on Delahunty, that's number 6 against MVNU with 11:34 remaining in regulation. One more will put Taylor in the bonus for the rest of the contest. A 56-51 Taylor advantage as Robinson jogs through the center jump circle. High right side, Clayton handoff, Robinson far side of the floor. Coming to help on a hedge is Delahunty. Double team comes with Robinson. Now Degenkolb, near side Miranda, blow by, right to the rim. Reverse layup, pitch down to Clayton. Out far sideline, Miranda. 3-point shot, no weak side rebound off the floor is Knox, who came in during the last few moments. He angles in, runs into Clayton. Clayton and Degenkolb provide a double team, and it's a Degenkolb-Clayton reach in here. It'll be against Degenkolb. That's Mason's second and the team's third. So a brief time on the bench for Knox with those 3 personals. He came back in during the dead ball when they were mopping up sweat. Delahunty out for MVNU. Alex Johnson back in with his team high tying 12 with Knox. Inbound to Jones, left-hand drive on Clayton, handoff Knox, turn around, 18-foot jump shot off balance and no good. Degenkolb takes the rebound as he and Clayton were the only ones there for Taylor. Degenkolb head of steam, wall-to-wall, reverse layup, no, but then Knox will pick up his 4th foul with 10:55 remaining in the second half. Mount Vernon Nazarene is beside themselves across from us. Their best player and one of the top men in the Crossroads League has got 4 personal fouls with 10:55 remaining in the second half. And Degenkolb makes the first one, 14 for him on a 4 of 4 night. And now Knox will exit as McLaughlin comes back in. The Mount Vernon Nazarene fans sharing their thoughts with our refereeing crew today. Really, I don't think referees are ever the favorite ones of fans no matter what game you go to. Second one, Degenkolb good. He's got 15 behind Robinson's 21, who's been held scoreless here in the second half. Biggest lead for Taylor since that 12-point margin in the first half at 7. Off a screen, 3-point shot, no. Hubbard soars in, it goes off of his fingertips and bounces out of bounds as he was inside but could not haul it in on the 3-point miss by Isaac White, who has missed 3 threes in a row. Mount Vernon Nazarene is at 64% shooting. They've made just 2 field goals here in the second half as Taylor has outscored them 18-7 as we approach the halfway point of half 2. Paul's got to get it in quick and finally sends it to McLaughlin high left side. Near side of the floor, White, right edge, Paul, left-hand drive, Robinson right there with him. Jones baseline right, Hubbard comes to the defend, pass was in the traffic, Degenkolb had it, tries to reach back, saves it, does. From his backside, he bounces to Robinson, and Taylor off to the races. Robinson lobs, there's Hubbard for a 2-hand dunk that blows the roof off of Odell Arena. 13 for Hubbard, who has come to life in the second half. And Taylor leads by 9, 60-51. Mount Vernon Nazarene needs a timeout. Degenkolb saved it to Robinson, to Hubbard, who thundered it home with 2 hands. 10:16 to go, second half. Taylor leads number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene by 9.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria. It's our taste.
An alley-oop from Robinson to Hubbard, saved by Degenkolb in the backcourt. Threw it from his backside to Robinson. And then a timeout by MVNU. Taylor has outscored Mount Vernon Nazarene 20-7 here in the second half. The Trojans have connected on 7 of their 15 shots. Mount Vernon Nazarene just 2 of their 13. And Taylor leads by 9, 60-51 as we approach halfway home here in the second half. Taylor's biggest lead was 12 midway through the first half. MVNU shoots on the basket to our right. Paul around the screen. Back up top. Johnson lobs it into Jones. Trying to get away from the pesky Jeff Clayton. Double team comes Hubbard. Pass intercepted by Robinson. And now he's home free for a right-hand layup. His first second half scoring pushes the Taylor lead to 11 at 62-51. Everything going Taylor's way here in the second half as Robinson has got a game-high 23. 9:44 with Knox set on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Johnson, far side, thinking about pulling a 3. Nope. Right side, Jones angling in. He goes and will be fouled on the take on a bump out of bounds by Jeff Clayton. It was Isaac White, who is just 1 of 4 from distance today. He's a fantastic three-point shooter at 53%, but just 1 of 5 today. Clayton out with 4 personal fouls, but he gets a rousing ovation, and he should, from this Odell Arena crowd. That's the 4th foul against Taylor, 4th one against Clayton as James McLeod comes in to replace him. Knox still on the bench, pass up top, Hubbard tapped it right to White for MVNU. Degenkolb tries to cut off White, that's a charge on White, his 2nd foul, the 7th, make it the 8th against MVNU as Taylor's already in the 1-1 as Taylor playing beautifully here in the second half today. Taylor has had an up and down season to say the least. Injuries all over the board, but they're putting together their finest performance today. An 11-point lead over number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene, excuse me for that burp, as Taylor leads 22-7, has outscored Mount Vernon Nazarene 22-7 here in this second half. Degenkolb, left side, baseline left, he'll get right around McLaughlin, right first layup is good, and Degenkolb cooking with gas. He's got 17 points, and Taylor's got a game-high lead of 13, 64-51. Johnson, top of the key, back to Paul, thought about a 3, drives right side of the lane, floater, barely grazed the front rim. Paul gets the ball in traffic, out to McLaughlin, faking a 3 and shimmying to the right is White. Now Johnson at the top with Knox ready to come in. Johnson trying to deal with Hubbard, far side of the Paul. Less than 9 to go, second half. Mount Vernon Nazarene down by a game-high 13. Ball pitched to the corner, and Johnson with 6 to shoot. Hubbard there defending. Johnson with the left hand, now 4. 3 goes up, just out of the outstretched arm of Hubbard, and Johnson puts home a 2. 14 for him, 7 in each half. So Johnson has picked up the slack today for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Average is just 10. He scored 4 more than that today. Taylor's lead down to 11, 8:30 remaining second half. With Knox, the best player for Mount Vernon Nazarene, about to come in. Degenkolb doesn't care. He bakes in a 3 over Jones from the top of the key. First triple today, Mason Degenkolb. He's got 20, and Taylor leads by 14. 8:10 to go, second half. Mount Vernon Nazarene can't get Knox in soon enough. A rainbow 2 from the left side by White is good as he's got 7 points, his first second half scoring. And now Knox will return with 8:06 remaining in the second half, and he's playing with those 2 personal fouls. A full timeout for Mount Vernon Nazarene. They have 2 fulls and a 30. Taylor has 4 fulls and 1 30. 8:06 to go. It was a 30-second timeout, excuse me. So we'll take a break for 30 seconds. Austin Jones, though, looks to be hurt for MVNU, favoring one of his legs.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
So Jevin Knox comes back in for Mount Vernon Nazarene. He has 12 points, but he's got 4 personal fouls. He's the best player for Mount Vernon Nazarene, is the junior out of Marysville, Ohio. He's in with Milton Gage as Austin Jones who is favoring his right leg, will get looked at by the athletic training staff of Taylor. And Isaac White is exit as well. And then Gage makes a dumb foul in the backcourt. MVNU trying to get Degenkolb for a push-off. Gage gets called for the reach-in. That's the 9th one against Mount Vernon Nazarene. And now Taylor can add to their 12-point advantage with no time coming off the clock. They lead by 12 with 8 minutes remaining second half. Taylor trying to pick up their best win of the 19-20 season. First one of the 1-and-1. Back rim, no. McLeod's got the miss for Taylor in the paint. Degenkolb open. Miranda was wide open, but they couldn't get the ball to him in time to let the 3-ball go. Now Robinson wasn't expecting the pass from Degenkolb, but he gets it. Blow by right-hand crossover, bumped by White. Couldn't float it in. There's Hubbard weak side. Through contact, and no! It just rolled off the rim as Taylor was ready to blow the roof off of Odell again as it just spun off the rim. But that's the 10th foul against Mount Vernon Nazarene. Taylor in the double bonus for the final 7:43. Foul on McLaughlin, his first. Hubbard, a 74% free throw shooter. His first of 2. Line drive, catches the front rim and falls in as it looked like it might have rolled off. 14 for Jason, his first trip to the line today. First one good, second one perfect. 15 for Hubbard, and Taylor leads by 14, 69-55, almost 7.5 to go, second half. Knox guarded by Miranda. Help comes from Hubbard on a screen. Right side high, McLaughlin, an open 3. Back rim too strong. Hubbard will tap the ball to himself for rebound number 11, his 6th double-double of the season of his sophomore career. Robinson hits the brakes and starts. Gage on skates. Robinson cooking, feeling. Now he's got a mismatch with the big Johnson on him. The bigger Johnson, I should say. Robinson high right side, only needs a little sliver to let a shot go. He crosses over Johnson. He floats and rattles it in for points 24 and 25 for Ryan Robinson. And then a steal in the backcourt by Degenkolb has re-energized the Taylor fans. Mr. and Mrs. Degenkolb across from us, they're pumped for their son's performance today. Less than 7 to go, second half. Taylor with a game-high lead of 16 against number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene, who's lost just 1 game all year. Robinson, a 3 right in the grill of McLaughlin as Robinson gets his first triple. A timeout. Mount Vernon Nazarene. Ryan Robinson has come to life. He once again is the baddest man in Odell Arena today. A 19-point Taylor lead over number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
A season high in made threes, a season high in points for Ryan Robinson. 28 points for Robinson, 6 made threes. His career high is 9 against this Mount Vernon club 2 years ago on this floor as a sophomore. Taylor with a 19-point lead over number 4 MVNU. Knox has it poked away by Miranda. He gets it back near sideline with 15 to shoot. Into the paint, rises over Miranda. A foul on the floor on Vincent. And now Taylor's fans and head coach Josh Andrews will share their disagreements on that foul call against Miranda. That's Vincent's 3rd and number 5 against Taylor. Knox will go to the line. He has been held quiet all day. Knox just 3 of 9 from the floor, 12 points to tie for to be second on the team, but he's got those 4 personal fouls as he makes the first free throw here to get to 13. Just phenomenal performance all over the place. Robinson and Degenkolb have combined for 48 of Taylor's 74 points. Knox makes both. He's a perfect 7 of 7 today. He's got a team-high tying 14. And Taylor's lead is down to 74-57 with 6:20 left. Degenkolb, hand fighting with McLaughlin. He gets called for the hand check, whose hands were all over Mason Degenkolb. Second one on McLaughlin. Taylor already in the double bonus with 6:18, and they send one of the best free throw shooters in school history, Degenkolb, to the line for 2 more. 20 points, 4 boards, 3 dimes for Degenkolb today on 7 of 12 shooting. And this first one will spin off the rim, just a second miss from the line today. He's missed his last 2 attempts. It's a little help from Vincent Miranda, walks back and toes the line with his right foot. The second one rolls off, a rare 2-shot miss for Degenkolb. He made his first 5 free throws today. He's missed his last 3 in a row. A 17-point Taylor lead. Johnson will hand off to Knox. Got Miranda caught in a screen, knocks down in, goes in, was fouled on the floor on a reach, and it looks like by Mason Degenkolb. That will be Mason's 3rd and the 6th one against Taylor, with 6:07 remaining in the second half. Taylor's still not out of the woods yet. Still plenty of time left for MVNU to try to make a run. Hubbard almost tapped the inbounds pass intended for Johnson, but Johnson gets it and hands off to Knox. Miranda fighting through screens, knocks up an overshot, was short. McLeod comes sashaying in, and that's a travel in the backcourt against McLeod as he was double-teamed against 2 MVNU players, and now Taylor's fans will share their disagreements with the refereeing crew today. Neither fan base has been happy with the referees today. Fresh 30 for MVNU, down by 17. Left side high, Johnson. Far sideline, White holding the ball on his right hip. They want to find Knox, and they do. Miranda fights through a screen. Knox trying to go up and under, angling in, banking the shot, no. And Miranda will get called for his 4th foul. And now Taylor started to rack up fouls in bunches. That's their 7th. And the 4th one against Miranda, who's been the main defender on Knox all day, who has limited him to a 3 of 9 shooting performance. Taylor's fans not happy. Taylor's players not happy on the foul against Miranda. And Knox will switch the first one, no surprise there. 15 for him, just 5 here in the second half. $16-point Taylor lead. Knox trying to make it a 15-point hole, and he does. 9 for Knox, or 9 of 9 from the line, I should say, 16 from the floor. Jacob Paul back in for Mount Vernon Nazarene, picks up Degenkolb in the backcourt. 74-59 the Taylor lead, a 4-0 burst here for MVNU out of the timeout. If Taylor had a game-high lead of 19. 5:35 left, far sideline Miranda trying to find help, now uses a dribble with a left hand, pitches out timeline, Degenkolb with 10 to shoot and 5.5 to go in the game. Degenkolb circles, rises, free throw line, jump shot, front rim, no, and it's Johnson who comes flying in for the rebound. That's his 12th board of the night, 1 off of his career high. Far sideline White, MVNU currently are on a 4-0 burst. They still trail by double digits with 5:10 to go second half. Knox screen and roll, Johnson goes up, angles in, and lays it in with a right hand as Johnson putting on one of his best performances of the season. 16 for Johnson, full court press put on here by MVNU. They've scored 6 in a row to turn a 19-point deficit into a 13-point deficit, and Robinson jumps to the front court and Taylor gets a timeout. Full timeout with 4:53 left to go in the second half. Taylor tries watch their 19-point lead be trimmed down to 13 with just less than 5 minutes remaining in the second half against number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Taylor undermanned but not deterred. 6th game in a row. Their top scorer and rebounder that CJ Pena has missed. But 28 points from Ryan Robinson. trying to get just one of a handful of 30-point games in his career. Degenkolb has added 20. Hubbard with 15 as Taylor leads by 13. They had a game-high lead of 19 a few moments ago. A 6-0 run by Mount Vernon Nazarene has trimmed it to this 13-point margin with 4:53 remaining in the second half. Robinson, McLeod, Degenkolb, Hubbard, and Miranda. Still no Austin Jones out there for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Looked like he had a right knee injury. That's put him on the bench here. Bad pass by McLeod, and Knox will steal it. MVNU racing to the front court, down 13 with 4:40 to go second half. Knox playing with 4 personal fouls, goes to the baseline left, pivots back to Johnson, who's 2 of 2 from 3 today, and finally he misses one. Johnson came in just 1 of 12 from 3, had been looking like a sharpshooter, but he bricks that one off the back rim. Big stop by the Trojans with 4:24 and counting second half, leading by 13. Degenkolb retreating back to the timeline, double team comes, pivoting for help. He almost stepped on the timeline, but now he gets it to Hubbard, who gets off to Robinson. It was just on the edge of the line, did not go completely across. Now 9 to shoot. Robinson's been cooking all day. Right on Johnson. Circus layup just dances off the rim. And it's Jacob Paul with the rebound for MVNU. Mount Vernon down by 13 with 4 minutes remaining second half. Johnson up top, pitching back to Paul. Near side to White. Into the corner to McLaughlin. Now Johnson on the right edge. And now it's Knox between the circles. Degenkolb will defend him. Robinson switches on the screen. Knox stops and pops. 3 is short off near side. But Johnson flashes in for the miss. Up top for a White 3-point shot that's off the front rim. The ball hits on the floor, still loose. And Johnson comes away with yet another rebound for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Paul sachets on the baseline. Knox spins it quickly as his White fakes a pass to his left. 12 to shoot. McLaughlin back to White, doesn't want to take a 3. Hubbard guards White with 7, with 6. Stopped in the lane, trying to find help. Pivots back, fadeaway jump shot. Air ball with 2 seconds left and out of bounds. And Taylor dodges multiple bullets there as Mount Vernon Nazarene's offense was really starting to hum. 3:21 to go second half. Taylor has not scored since the 3-point shot by Robinson that put them up by 19, 74-55 at the 6:40 mark. They've gone over 3 minutes without a point. They still lead by 13. A point and a bucket would be huge right here. Taylor's already in the double bonus, so any foul will send them to the line as they bleed clock here with 15 to shoot. Far sideline, Robinson. 6 made threes today, draws 2 defenders. Now Degenkolb with 9. McLeod open down low. His shot blocked from up top by McLaughlin. McLeod and Miranda diving on it, and they'll get McLeod for the diving for a foul as he jumped on the loose ball with McLaughlin. That's number 4 on James, who is slow to get back up. Hubbard helps him up with 2 hands. That's foul number 8. Or is it? Or they say McLeod was out of bounds. They'll say McLeod was out of bounds, so still just 4 fouls, or 3 fouls for McLeod and 7 for Taylor. 2:55 to go second half. Taylor trying to get their biggest win of the season and give number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene just their second loss of the year. MVNU comes in with Indiana Wesleyan and Grace in a 3-way tie for first in the Crossroads League. The Trojans trying to find just their second league win. Knox, Miranda right there defending. Hubbard comes to help. They go inside the arc, right side Johnson, who's been splendid today. Angling in around Hubbard. His shot was left short, and Degenkolb comes running in to snatch away his 5th rebound. 2:38 remaining second half. Taylor still has not scored in over 4 minutes since that Robinson big 3 ball to put him up 19. Still a 13-point Taylor it is. Both teams have gone ice cold here. Degenkolb between the circles, between his legs bouncing. They call off the McLeod screen. Little hesitation, got Degenkolb in. A circus reverse layup is good for Mason Degenkolb from right to left with a left hand for 15 and White. Full timeout Taylor. That ends an over 4-minute Taylor scoring drought and puts the home team back in front by 15 with 2:20 remaining in the second half.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Taylor has outscored Mount Vernon Nazarene 36-17 here in the second half to turn a 4-point halftime deficit into a 15-point second half lead here. 2:20 left as Taylor tries to knock off number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene and give them just their second overall loss and second league loss of the year. Paul, fancy dribbling on the baseline. Up top, McLaughlin, 3 over McLeod is a swish for the 38% three-point shooting McLaughlin. That's his first points today on just his second shot. Big 3 out of the timeout, cuts the Taylor lead down to 12 with 2 minutes remaining in the second half. Knox defends Degenkolb, far side of the floor. Left side screen, Hubbard. McLaughlin comes to double. Now Degenkolb will try to take the slower McLaughlin off the bounce. Angling in, off to McLeod, back to Degenkolb. Now Robinson, with Paul guarding him with 9 to shoot and 1:45 left in the game. Right side McLeod screen, Johnson switches, 5, 4, Robinson 3. Left hand scoop is blocked off the glass. Taylor looks for a goaltend that won't come. Good block by Johnson. Johnson gets away with the travel, goes in, barrels over, weak side McLaughlin missed the point blank layup twice, 3 times, and McLaughlin can't believe it. He's the sickest guy in Odell Arena right now. Johnson threw him a dime, he missed the first layup, and then with no one in the zip code, McLaughlin missed a bunny from right in front. The ball tapped out of bounds, and Mount Vernon Nazarene takes a full timeout with 1:25 left in regulation, down 12.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
.126 left to go second half. 12-point Taylor lead. It's been as big as 19. Paul will get it in, baseline left. Robinson will pogo stick up and down in front of him. Holding on his chest, floating up top to Knox, who's been held in check today with a foul trouble. Paul drives down the left side, and his left hand will kiss off the glass as good as he angled around Robinson. 9 for Paul. That's just his first point here of the second half. Taylor's lead is down to 10 with 1:13 left. Paul poking at the ball, backcourt Degenkolb. He'll gallop away. And then Paul poking at the ball again. 1:05 left, second half. Degenkolb drives, stops, banks, gets 2 more for Degenkolb. 24-15 in the second half, and Taylor's lead back to 12. Spinning away from pressure is White. Now Degenkolb right in his grill. Pivoting, bouncing out into the volleyball line, and Knox. Rainbow 3, Knox. Nope, too strong long. Tapped by Johnson, who's been an animal all day. Now it's Paul, 3-point shot near side is short, and Degenkolb pogo sticks into the air for the rebound with 78-66. 37 seconds left. Degenkolb's got 4 seconds to get across the timeline. Spins away as White's right there on his back. 11 seconds between game and shot clock. White fouls Degenkolb, and a couple of free throws and 29 2/10 of a second separate Taylor from their biggest win of the season. Degenkolb, though, has struggled in his last 2 trips. He's 0 of 3 on his last 3 free throws. And that ends here with a switch. 25 for Mason. Milton Gage in for MVNU, replacing Jevin Knox, who had 16 points. But it was a job all day. 3 of 12 from the floor was Knox, 9 of 9 from the line, but those 4 personal fouls that really threw off his rhythm all day. Second one for Degenkolb, gets Taylor to 80, and Degenkolb has got 26 points. Shot clock turned off. Taylor leads by 14. White near side, angles on Degenkolb, poked the ball away, but as White went down, they'll say Degenkolb helped him get there. 4th foul on Degenkolb, number 8 against TU, and a 1-and-1 coming here for Isaac White, 6-foot senior out of Ashland, Ohio. 2 free throws for White. Really good free throw shooter at 81% for the senior. Front end of the 1-and-1, rattles that one home. 8 points for White, but he did the majority of his damage in the first half at 5 points. 24 2/10 of a second left. As Austin Jones trying to roll out his calf. He has not played for the majority of this second half, and that's been a big difference as White sinks the second free throw. He'll exit, and Eddie Driscoll will come in. 12-point Taylor lead. When Jones went out, this whole game changed on its ear because Jones has had his way in the paint today for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Hubbard, baseline, backcourt, far sideline, Degenkolb. Paul right there in his face. 20 seconds left in the game. Shot clock turned off. His pass intercepted by Gage. Nobody there. McLaughlin goes up for a two-hand dunk. Good to see McLaughlin thunder that one home. 5 points for him. And then Robinson hammered hard in the backcourt by Gage. 14.5 seconds left. Taylor's lead down to 10. McLaughlin with 5 points off the bench. No shots for him in the first half. He's now 2 of 5 in the second half. 5 points, 2 boards for McLaughlin today. But he and the other guys, along with Delahunty, have not been able to pick up the missing Austin Jones. 15 points and 6 rebounds a day, or a night. 9 points and 7 rebounds today. But he had that lower body injury with his left leg. He continues to roll out his right calf. And that's what's plagued him now. That's why he hasn't played most of the second half. Taylor in the double bonus. Robinson leaves the front end of a free throw short. His first miss from the line today. He's now 4 of 5. 14.5 seconds left. Second one from the stellar Ryan Robinson. Perfect. He did most of his damage in the first half, did Ryan. 21 of his 29. And Taylor up by 11 with 13 seconds left. Shot clock turned off. Miranda back in. Desperation Eve right side. McLaughlin misses it long. He slips. It comes back out to Gage. Up top is Paul for a 3. That's off the back of the rim with 4 seconds left. Tapped around with 2. Paul lets it go just before the horn. He misses it long. And Taylor gets their best win of the year, knocking off number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene by a final today inside Odell Arena of 81-70. 28 and 26 points from Ryan Robinson and Mason Degenkolb. 15 from Hubbard. And a lot of splendid performances as well as Taylor outscores Mount Vernon Nazarene 41-26 in the second half to get their biggest win of 2019-2020. We're back with what will be a very fun Ivanhoe's post-game show after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song. You really wanted to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You got to have the music that you listeners listen to.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
All right, we're back here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Rick Johnson, you know me. That's head coach Josh Andrews. And coach, who is the young lady sitting between us?
This is Miss Ava, and she's just joining in on the celebration. This is my middle child, and she's 8 years old, and she's pumped for the Trojans, so she wanted to come up and sit down with us.
First question will go to Ava, because ladies go first. Ava, do you like the win today? Did you cheer loud? Perfect. Did you cheer louder than Grandpa? Oh, louder than Grandpa. Good shot.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's getting loud.
Where do you want to start? You guys trailed by 4 at the half, and then how about this? There were 6 lead changes, 1 in the second half. You guys took the lead at 45-44 and never gave it up, building the lead as big as 19 there in the second half, and away you went.
Yeah, our guys were so tough. You know, we were reeling a little bit at halftime as a staff. Ryan had gone nuts in the first half, and we're down 4. And had some real questions about how we were going to defend. I was actually Coach Doherty had a good feel. We wanted to trap the post, make it harder on Jones. And that seemed to really bother them in the second half. I thought Jason Hubbard was terrific at getting there and using that 7-foot wingspan. And then our 2 bigs who went into halftime with 3 fouls, we had to protect them. They were tough and they stayed disciplined. And I credit our guys on both ends of the floor, but I thought our defense was so tough. You know, they had 66 with 2 minutes to go. I think we'd held them to 22 points, for 18 minutes. That was pretty impressive.
You outscored them 41-26. At one point, it was in the 20s to only 7 points there in the second half. Let's go to the first half. We've seen this part of this movie before with Ryan versus Mount Vernon when a sophomore, when he went 8 for 8 from 3 in the second half, made 9 threes. Today he makes 6 in the first half, had scored 21 of his 29 in the first half. When he's going like he is, how much fun is that to have a front row seat for him?
Yeah, and I thought the guys really played for him during that time. This guy you're going to talk to as well, Dan Cole, found him several times. They were really fighting for each other there, and that was an impressive stint. I'm excited the last 2 games at home. We've gotten out to a great start. We were aggressive and had some confidence, and even with them turning the tide on us, we were able to have some early shooting confidence and to keep playing, and Ryan was impressive today. He played a great game.
And then when it's winning time, you put the ball in 15's hand and let Mason go to work. He had 17 of his 26 in the second half, 9 of 15 from the floor, and I mean, the biggest play I think he makes potentially is where he saves the ball in the defensive end from his backside, throws it to Ryan, and then throws the lob to Jason, and then the place just goes nuts. So it's one of those things. Yes, he had 26, but arguably his biggest play might have been one that goes down as just a
huge
loose ball
plays.
pickup.
Yeah, this place got loud during that, and that was a great group of guys playing together. It was a great execution. It was good confidence. I like how confident they were to throw the pass and to play that way. We had a stretch where we just really made it tough on them, and I credit the guys for their alertness and then their feistiness.
With Mason's 26 points today, he moves ahead of Jay Teagle for 12th all-time on the Taylor all-time scoring list. Ryan, with his first 3 of the day, as we mentioned, passed Kyle Stidham, a guy that you know very well, for 16th on the all-time scoring list. But we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about a guy that had 5 points and 2 rebounds all day. Vincent Miranda locked down Jevin Knox today. He had 16 points, but he had to work for it. 3 of 12 from the floor, and Vincent probably knows what gum Knox chews now after being in front of his face the whole day.
Yeah, and some of those late, Knox being an elite player, drawing some contact and doing things late, I just thought Vince made things so hard on him, and he was frustrated. We just think Knox is terrific. So Vince's ability to bother him that way and to be tough and then to do it and only have 5 points on it, so he's just a winner. Vincent Miranda's a winner. And he gets a ton of praise today in our locker room. We are so proud of him, and what an effort on his part.
This might be just a happenstance thing, so feel free to tell me that I'm crazy and I won't be offended by it at all. Last year, Becca Books hits a game winner at Grace, and you guys have a big win at Grace. Today, she has a game winner. All of your guys are lined up right here. They all lose their minds, and the women's team wins. When it's Can that be something, that joy that they had for the women's team? And they're obviously very close. If anybody that watched our games through the regular season, particularly during J-term, the guys are here on Wednesdays for the girls and just vice versa on Tuesdays for your games. Can something like that help the team where they're like, all right, well, the girls just did this and they pulled off this win, and now we can do the same thing?
I couldn't tell you for sure. There's a lot of variables there, but I know it doesn't hurt. So when you got some excitement that way and both teams pull for each other, there's a lot of camaraderie there. So I think it's a lot of fun. I guess we'll have to talk to Coach Martinez about coaching some tighter games then, so we have a chance for that to happen. That's not been the case. But what a fun day for Taylor Athletics and for us to get the kind of the capstone on this and our guys to earn a huge win over number 4. That's pretty big.
I don't think Jody wants to play any more close games. I
Yeah,
think he'd like the bigger wins like you do. Jeff Clayton, I thought, played pretty well today in spurts. I mean, he's got to go against Jones, who's just an animal. He's 6'7", 205, right, Dave?
Yeah. Hey, he was a battler. He's a freshman. First half, I was a little frustrated with him and some fouls and some out of position, and then he was tough. That second half run, Jeff Clayton's on the floor defending and being a part of the traps and rebounding and just doing good things. So good for him, and we need everybody. And that was a collective win. A lot of fun for our guys. We've got to enjoy it, and then we got to regroup, and we'll have a tough one on Tuesday. It's the way this league goes.
Big road game at Goshen. Ave, thanks for coming by.
Yep.
Oh, Josh, thanks for coming by, too.
Yeah, my pleasure. She stole the show,
She
right?
did. Right. You're used to that now, 8 years of doing that, right?
Yeah. Thanks, Rick.
You got
Appreciate
it, Josh. Thanks. We got 2 more guys coming in, Mason Degenkolb and Jason Hubbard. Looks like we'll have the elder statesman join us first. Mason's whole family was here today. That was nice. That was nice to see Big Sis Taylor in the crowd today, right?
Oh, always. Yep.
You can still get her the best of her in one-on-one, right?
I hope so.
Well, would you like your historic news first, or would you like to talk about the game, pal?
Man, let's talk about the game. It was a fun one.
Okay, let's talk about how much fun was this. You have 17 of your 26 in the second half, and this place just got going. I mean, you guys, how about this? You guys, we talked about it with Coach. There were 6 lead changes. There was 1 in the second half. When you guys took the lead at 45-44, that's all she wrote. And you guys never gave the lead up, built it up as 19, as big as 19. When that 3 ball goes in to put you up 19, I mean, this place was coming apart at the seams, right? I mean, your smile tells it all.
Yeah, no, we came out in the second half. We knew we needed to have a strong 4 minutes. We talked about winning the first 4-minute war, and we came out ready to play. We made some adjustments at the half. We wanted to put some pressure on their big post man. He's a really good player. And then we got stops. We love to run in transition. And we let it fly from there. We started hitting shots. But for us, it was all about the stops. We started getting stops. And like you said, once we got that lead, we were able to not give it back up and just getting stops on the defensive end, taking shots that we work on in practice every day.
You outscored them in the paint 20-10 in the second half, and you shot 52% from the floor in the second half. What led to that shooting success?
Yeah. They pressure lanes as far as getting in the passing lanes and things like that. We were able to get downhill, get to the rim. I thought we had a lot of points in the paint. And then with that, when we get to the rim, we know they're going to help. It's hard to double down when you've got 3 or 4 guys on the floor that can shoot the 3. So, yeah, just playing our game. Like I said, working what we work on in practice, just translating it to the game. We're working on all the time, getting into the lane, pitching out for 3s. And it translated today for us getting that big win. Probably one of my favorite wins I've had during my 4 years, just to be able to come in here after a tough loss to St. Francis and get a win against a team that we think is really good, and I think their record shows that.
You gave them just their second loss of the year, also their second loss in Crossroads League play. They're now 16-2. It's also just their first loss at home, so or for second loss on the road. So you know when you go to their place in a month, it'll be a tough one. It always is going over there to Ariel Arena. But last thing, I'm gonna let you get out of here because I know how much you love to do interviews, buddy. Also, should I take it as an offense that none of your family that's here is listening to this, or are they just bored at you and I talking after 4 years now?
I don't know. They better watch it back online, or I'll be disappointed in them. So that's their fault, I guess. They're missing out on some good stuff.
Yeah, you're dropping some knowledge up here, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
When you guys get this crowd going like it was today, and you and everybody else, you and the rest of your teammates came over and were giving high fives and talking with everybody, all the students. The baseball guys were driving the train and everything. How much fun is it to play when this place gets rocking like it did today?
Oh, it's fun. It's a small campus. Most of the athletes know each other for the most part, and then even the students. I know a lot of them, and it's fun. It's fun to see them having fun. I know they enjoy coming out and watching us compete and just do something to the best of our ability. So yeah, it's always a great time to look over and see them celebrating with us. To be able to come over after the game after a big win and dap them up and just have some fun with them, let them know how much we appreciate them coming and making the place loud. That's a big deal for us. We enjoy them as much as they enjoy coming to watch us. So.
Well, my friend, I know you have many people to go say hello to, so congratulations, great job. Best of luck on the road next week, pal.
Appreciate it.
That's Mason Degenkolb, and we have one more person left. His first ever appearance on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. As Degenkolb gives us 2 thumbs. Thank you, Deg. You know him, you love him. He's number 24 in the record. Oh, by the way, Mason is now 12th all-time in all-time scoring today, passing Jay Teagle. He's number 24 in your programs, but he's number 1 in some of your hearts. Jason Hubbard, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
Hey. We're going to turn that down because your voice is a lot louder than Mason's. Where do you want to start today, pal? You had a couple blocks where you beat the ball, I think, to Ivanhoe's. And then you had that monster dunk on the alley-oop when you really seemed there in the second half to feed off everybody's energy. Was that monster block in the second half what got you going? Because you got a couple more buckets after that.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I feed off of things like that. Blocks, big plays, whether it's from me or not. Anytime energy is going for the team, I'm gonna bring energy as well. So.
Step down and knock down a 3 today, kind of changing your game a little bit more with the mid-range pull, but what's it mean to you be able to knock down a 3 and kind of make those guys come out and guard, and then you can just get right around and put on the deck and go and try and tear the rim off?
Yeah, that 3 was definitely big time. I've been working on it because, as you know, that's something I used to do a lot. But yeah, it's just a big shot, and I'm happy it fell for me. Normally I do more of the mid range, but happy that 3 fell though. Yeah.
Walk me through that play where Mason dives in the backcourt, goes full length, saves it from his butt, throws it to Ryan, and then he's going, and then you're right there for an alley-oop, and then the roof just blew off the place. What's going through your mind when you're looking there in the backcourt, seeing Mason get the loose ball, and then the ball's coming towards you, and you're like, I probably should throw this down really, really hard?
Yeah, I knew that we'd have that fast break opportunity because the defense was definitely out of position. So I got down to the court as fast as I could and saw Ryan coming full speed ahead, and nobody was on me. So I pointed up in the air for him to throw it and was able to get it down. Yeah.
It's only your second year here as a sophomore. How much fun was this game, particularly that second half when you guys outscored them 41-26?
Man, love games like this, especially just to be able to get a win like this at home over one of the best teams in the Crossroads League. Definitely big time. Had fun being out there with the guys. It felt really good to get the win.
Hey, man, you feed off that energy. I know the folks will bring it for you if you keep bringing it to them.
Yes,
Great
sir.
job. You had 15 and 13, your 6th double-double of the year, 6 of 13 from the floor, 2 blocks, and 2 steals in just over 38 minutes of action. I think you're going to sleep pretty well tonight, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Congrats, buddy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
That's Jason Hubbard, sophomore out of Miamisburg, Ohio. And we'll be right back to wrap it up on the Ivanhoe's Postgame Show after this.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Time to dive into the stats here one final time on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Taylor wins today, defeating number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene to pick up their second Crossroads League win of the year and give MVNU just their second loss overall this season. They're 16-2, 4-2 in the league. Taylor 10-8, 2-4 in league action. Taylor trailed by 4 at the half, but then they outscored MVNU 41-26 in that second half to win 81-70. The Trojans took the lead at 45-44 and did not give the lead back. They started that second half off actually on a 9-0 run to lead 49-44, and they just kept pouring it on after that. Ryan Robinson was the story in the opening half. He scored 21 of his game high 29 points in the first half. He finished 9 of 20 from the floor, 6 of 12 from 3, and 5 of 6 from the line. Just behind him, Mason Degenkolb, who had 26 points, 17 after halftime. Mason 9 of 15 from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3, and 7 of 10 from the line. Jason Hubbard had 15 points, 8 after halftime, also had a double-double with 13 rebounds. He was 6 of 13 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the line tonight. The Trojans, all 81 of their points came from their starters today, 6 from James McLeod and 5 from Vincent Miranda. Keegan Owen and Jeff Clayton played, but only took 1 shot between the 2 of them and could not get it to drop. Mount Vernon Nazarene played 9 men today. They had 2 get to double figures, Alex Johnson and Jevin Knox, each with 16. Knox with 10 in the first half, 9 in the second half for Alex Johnson. But Vincent Miranda was a thorn in Knox's side all afternoon, holding Knox to 3 of 12 shooting from the floor, 1 of 4 from distance. And Knox made the majority of his points from the line today, going 9 of 9. Johnson put together one of his best performances for MVNU this year. 1 point off of a career high with 16 points on 7 of 12 shooting. Also went 2 of 3 from 3. Johnson came in just 1 of 12 from distance before the game started today. He also pulled down a game-high 14 rebounds, which is also a career high for the junior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Austin Jones had 9 points, but didn't play for most of the back half of the second half today, dealing with a lower body injury. That really turned things in Taylor's favor as Jones got to the rim pretty much whenever he wanted in the first half and before he got hurt. 9 points for Jacob Paul, 9 for Isaac White. Both struggled to shoot the ball today. They went a combined 7 of 20 and 2 of 12 from three-point distance. 3 for Milton Gage, that was on a three-pointer in the first half. 5 for Eric McLaughlin, all in the second half on a three-pointer and a dunk. And David Delahunty had 3 points in the first half. Eddie Driscoll played 56 seconds and did not attempt a shot today. Taylor held MVNU to 23% shooting in the second half. The Cougars were 2 of 17 from 3. They were a perfect 8 of 8 from the line. Taylor much better in the second half after Mount Vernon shot 64% in the first half and 6 of 8 from 3. Taylor 52% after halftime, 4 of 9 from 3, and 9 of 13 from the line. Biggest win for Taylor this year is they knock off number 4 Mount Vernon Nazarene, improving to 10-8 on the year and 2-4 in the Crossroads League. We're off for a week. Taylor is on the road next week at Goshen Tuesday and Wednesday. Then they make the short trip to cross-county rival Indiana Wesleyan on Saturday before coming back here for a home game in about 2 weeks. Special thanks to Heidi Dalton and Emily Daniels on the camera and computer today. And as always, the executive producer of the Trojan Sports Network is Cameron Andre. Taylor takes a 4-point halftime deficit. They take a lead, scoring the first 9 points of the second half. They don't give the lead up, building a lead as big as 19 in the second half, outscoring number 4 MVNU 41-26 in the second half to win today by a final of 81-70. This has been a presentation of Taylor Men's Basketball on the Trojan Sports Network. Until we talk to you again, we say goodnight and have a good weekend. From Upland, Indiana, this has been a presentation of Taylor Men's Basketball on the Trojan Sports Network.